So today we're going to look at a couple of examples of how to use the quotient rule in calculus. So let's say we're given the function f of x equals a function h of x over a function L of x. What the quotient rule tells us is that we can take the derivative of f by multiplying L of x times h prime of x minus h of x times L prime of x all over the square of L of x. My calculus teacher in high school always liked to tell us that f prime of x equals low d high minus high d low over the square of what's below. So I've always found that it's kind of a helpful trick to remember this, but everybody has their own little mantras. So let's take a look at an example. So let's say we're given f of x equals x squared minus 4 over x squared plus 4. So first let's come up with our functions for the numerator and the denominator. So for the numerator we can say that's equal to h of x equals x squared minus 4. I'll go ahead and switch colors here, and for the denominator we can say that L of x equals x squared plus 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the derivative of those. So we know that h prime of x, using just the general power rule, is equal to 2x. Because the 4 is constant, it just goes away when you take the derivative. So and then L prime of x is equal to 2x as well. So now let's go ahead and try and apply the product rule. So we'll have that. I'll go ahead and switch colors here again. We'll have that f prime of x equals, I'll go ahead and write it down again, low d high, so L of x times h prime of x minus high d low, so minus h of x L prime of x, and then all over the square of what's below, so L squared of x. So let's go ahead and plug this in. So we'll have f prime of x equals L of x, which was x squared plus 4, times h prime of x, which was just 2x, minus h of x, which was x squared minus 4, times L prime of x, which was also just 2x. And then we're going to divide all of that by x squared plus 4 squared. Alright, so let's go ahead and try and simplify this a little bit. So now we'll get that f prime of x equals 2x cubed plus 8x minus the quantity 2x cubed minus 8x. And then this whole thing is going to be divided by x squared plus 4 squared. So let's keep simplifying. So if we go ahead and distribute this negative sign in the numerator, this will become, the negatives are going to cancel out, and this will become negative here. So the 2x's are going to go away, or 2x cubes are going to go away. So we'll have that f prime of x equals 8x plus 8x over x squared plus 4 squared. And so finally then we'll have f prime of x equals 16x over x squared plus 4, the quantity squared. So that's going to be your derivative there. So let's take a look at one more example. Let's say we want to find the derivative of tangent x. So we can actually rewrite this as sine of x over cosine of x using our trig identities. And then let's go ahead and write down our functions here. So we can say that L of x equals cosine x, and h of x equals sine x. Okay, and let's find the derivatives of those. So the derivative of L of x, we're going to have L prime of x equals negative sine of x. And then for h of x, we'll have h prime of x equals positive cosine of x. So if you ever have trouble remembering which one becomes negative when you take the derivative, my high school calculus teacher always told us that co always means negative. So when you're differentiating, at least. All right, so let's go ahead and apply the product rule. So for that, we'll have f prime of x equals low d high. So that's going to give us cosine of x times times cosine x minus high d low. So then we'll have sine x times negative sine of x. Alright, and this is all going to be divided by cosine of x squared. So over cosine x squared. So let's go ahead and simplify this. So we can cross out the negative sign of the numerator here. And then what we'll be left with is f prime of x equals cosine squared of x plus sine squared of x over cosine squared of x. So if you remember your trig identities, you'll recognize that that this cosine squared of x plus sine squared of x is just equal to 1. So we'll have f prime of x equals 1 over cosine squared of x, or f prime of x equals secant squared of x. Secant squared of x. So the derivative of tangent x then will be secant squared of x. So I hope this video was helpful. Go ahead and do me a favor and hit like and subscribe, and have a great day.